Hello and welcome back to the Film Club, the club where we talk about films that we've been recently watching, viewing and enjoying them, and know what you've been recently watching and enjoying, and if you've seen what I'm about to talk about, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I was excited for the Chainsaw Man movie. I have read all of the manga, so I know what's going to happen, and I think I read the whole of the manga after watching season 1. And I'm going to be honest, for people who haven't read the manga, in my opinion, the story of Chainsaw Man actually isn't that incredible and compelling for what season 1 covers. Like, to me, season 1 and those first couple volumes of the manga are cool, but somewhat lifeless in my opinion. We get sort of a sprinkling of characters, but we don't really get any true depth or what the bigger picture is. And to me, it was only after reading this Reze arc that I got genuinely into the story and genuinely just really excited and fell in love with this manga. So for all of those reasons, I was so excited for this film. Also the fact that it's been 3 years since season 1, like that is crazy how quick that time has gone. So regardless, I was so excited for the Chainsaw Man movie, and my god, this didn't disappoint. The highlight for me, honestly, for this film was the soundtrack. I think they're doing a limited edition pressing of the vinyl, and if I don't manage to get a copy of that, I think I will cry. The themes and the character themes that are built into the soundtrack, the Reze stuff, it's just so heartbreaking and it fits everything so well. And the theme song of the film, like the opening credit scene, and it's just all such brilliantly suited to the vibe of each individual part that the music's in. Genuinely, it was something that I picked up on so much, and every time that I've now recently listened to the soundtrack, it's just absolutely brought me back into this world and also made me so sad. We're going to get into full spoilers throughout this video, so if you have not seen the Reze arc, then go ahead and watch it and then come back to this video afterwards. This arc is heartbreaking, and it also is a testament to how well Chainsaw Man deals with characters. Because on the surface, I've always sort of compared Chainsaw Man to JJK in the fact that I feel very attached to the characters of JJK. I feel like they all have a lot of depth and you care for them. Whereas to me, watching season 1 of Chainsaw Man, I sort of didn't have that same care and desire for the characters. But after this arc, you sort of start to see how you do and how you fall into it. On very surface level watching and interpretation, you think Denji is just this guy who just wants to see boobs and just likes girls. But then when you actually start to understand the character and understand how he grew up and his lack of any attachment to anybody or closeness or relationships or just how lonely of a character he is, this is like, that's where all that desire comes from, and it's sort of hidden behind this cheeky lad persona. You start to, within this film, care for characters like Aki a whole lot more. And full manga spoilers. No, actually, I don't even want to talk about it because it'll make me sad. The character of Reze is genuinely up there, especially for the Chainsaw Man, in terms of the characters that it has. Her sort of just the arc that this character goes on, thinking that she is just this evil, manipulative woman who has tricked and pulled Denji in only to try and murder him for his chainsaw heart, and then that sort of end reveal of it being like, no, actually she was just as messed up and kind of being played into this role, and the fact that she then is as damaged as Denji is in terms of being alone, and it just shows the different manifestations of loneliness and how Denji wants to just help people and secure himself into this job and this role, and she just wants to take whatever and damage people the way she's been damaged, and that's why she's so reluctant and has so many walls up against Denji, only to then they finally drop at the end, only for Maki to just come and ruin it all. Oh my god, it's phenomenal character writing, it really is. And another character that he comes across so well in the manga, but in the anime he's so much better. Beam, what an MVP. Realistically, without Beam, Denji loses. But like, oh my god, he is so good, and it's just so funny, and it's interesting, and Lord Chainsaw, Lord, it's so good. It is so. I love Beam. I love that scene of him riding him. Chainsaw Man riding a shark. It's so stupid, but it's so good. And that's what Chainsaw Man does really well. It blends the comedy and the darkness together so well. Like, on the deeper levels, it is a very dark tale. And the writer who wrote Chainsaw Man is known for other dark tales, like Fire Punch. But there is also this higher sort of comedy that is, it's almost like laughing through the pain. And then let's talk about the other obvious point that we need to talk about, the animation of this film. My god, the step up from season 1 to this. I know it's a movie, so it probably has a higher budget and more people working on it or more time spent on it, but my god, the detail, it fit perfectly into the Chainsaw Man art style, because for a lot of anime adaptations, things like Kaiju number 8, where you see comparisons from the manga to the anime, and it just doesn't translate across. They just sort of soften everything in the anime. They just make it very plush and plump, whereas Chainsaw Man, sometimes it genuinely felt like you were watching the panels. Like that intro beginning few shots, I don't know if they intended that to be like a genuine panel for panel thing, but it just looked like it, and the lines and the detailing in the artwork and stuff, it genuinely does have a feeling of you're watching an anime come to life. A manga, I mean, not. Sorry, I get confused. But even outside of just the general aesthetic style that it follows, then moving into like, as soon as you see that toffee apple fall to the ground, oh my god, you can do explosions really badly, and then you can also do a mix of CGI and animation really badly. But this film does not do that at all. The fight scenes are so chaotic, and it uses the CGI moments when it needs to, but also doesn't heavily rely on it, and still blends in the hand-drawn stuff so incredibly. The later scenes where Denji's just flying, and oh my god, Reze is just absolutely gunning after him. The action is just phenomenal, and like fair play and props to the animators of this film. You have done a fantastic job. The colours, it's so nice to just see these manga panels adapted in such a beautiful way, and it brought to life with the colour as well. It's something that gets neglected a lot, but it's just such a lovely colour palette, and that's what I like about Chainsaw Man as well. It doesn't try to make it too grey and oh, we're all depressed and it's a depressing story. It gets the lightheartedness of it, and it knows that it needs to do that, and it absolutely does do that. This is a phenomenal arc, and I hope that we get season 2 soon. I hope we don't have to wait 3 years for it. I'm so glad that they did this arc as a film though, because it wouldn't have worked as a series realistically, because you'd probably have to spend maybe 2 to 3 episodes before you even get to the I'd say in the 3rd episode you'd get to the swimming pool scene, which by that point, like, you'd be like, come on guys, like, we've spent 3 episodes building up a relationship, whereas having it in this quick succession, it's like watching some weird twisted rom-com. Like, genuinely, that is the vibe of this film. And yeah, it deserves all the praise that it gets, and I'm glad that they achieved it. So let me know, what did you think of the Chainsaw Man movie if you have seen it, and I will see you next time on the Film Club.